This is an interesting living challenge for black. So there's a white stone in black's eye space. So the first thing black needs to do is to prevent it from connecting back. If you're not careful, white can connect with number 2. Black cannot come in here. And if this stone gets back, then there's not enough eye space for black. So that really limits our options, right? There are only a few left to try, like this one, and this one. Or maybe even this. But there are 2 stones on the outside for the purpose of this problem, meaning that this bend does not work in this situation. Although in real games, you should consider bending on the first line. If you have reinforcement on the outside, then bending on the first line might be your only lifeline in many situations. So it's definitely a move to consider, but it is irrelevant in this problem. So let's try a few moves. If you play this move, then this is the easiest to eliminate if you know which shape makes a dead shape, right? So white can Atari here, black must connect. And the next move is really important for white, and that's number 4 right here. So this shape, if we complete it this way, is a pyramid 4 with a real eye on the corner. So this is already a dead shape. If black captures, then it will capture a pyramid 4 shape. If black doesn't capture, then this is essentially a real eye versus no eye situation. Black has no eye, and black will be killed. So that's why after number 4, black already fails. So that's why number 1 doesn't work. Now let's try this. This will prevent white from connecting back. So it does at least that. But now, black is about to make a real eye, so white must come in this way. Otherwise, black will live very easily with number 3. So this is the key point. Now, black cannot allow white to connect back, right? If number 2 connects back, then once again, we do not have enough eye space. So black must prevent white from connecting. So what does black do? Black can play this move, but it doesn't work because we'll be back to one of the previous patterns, right? It's essentially the same pattern, just in a different direction. So number 3 doesn't work. What about this, right? The 2-1 point right here seems to be the key point. Unfortunately, it still doesn't work, right? White needs to be careful. If white connects here, now this is a seki, right? It's going to be a bent 4 shape either way, and this is a seki, so black succeeds. But number 4 can be here. Now, once again, black must prevent white from connecting. And now white connects, swallowing number 3. This is going to be a real eye. And what happens in this situation is that black doesn't have enough liberties on the outside. It's going to be something like this, right? So black cannot come in and capture the bent 4 shape. If black has 1 more liberty on the outside, then black can succeed this way. But because black has no extra liberties on the outside, black will be dead after white's number 6. And that is why number 3 doesn't work. And that is also why number 1 here actually doesn't work. You can try some of the other variations on your own. So the correct move is actually right here, standing down. So white has many options. If white tries something like this, then what black can do is to threaten to make this eye. So white must come in. And now black can play this move. If white plays on the outside, then black can play this, forcing this into a seki, right? Because if white plays here or here, this is going to be a bent 4 shape. So that's why this is a seki. You have to analyze each of these patterns on their own. If white plays on the inside, this seems like a bulky 5 shape, but black can get an extra eye here on the outside. So white will have wasted number 6 here. So it doesn't work for white. If white plays something like this, then what happens is that, once again, black needs to play at the 2-1 point. It's a key point. If white plays at number 4, black must cut. What happens now is that this is, again, a seki shape. Because no matter what white does, this is going to be a 6-space eye on the inside, right? So black essentially is all connected, and the best white can try is this shape. This is a rectangular 6. And as we know, this is a living shape because it is essentially on the side. And that is why a seki, or mutual life pattern, can be achieved after number 7. What about number 4 here? Now black needs to be a little careful. If you play this, then once again this will be a real eye versus no eye situation. Black will not be able to capture white because white has a real eye. Now what black needs to do is actually to sacrifice one more, because black is very short on liberties, and so is white. What happens now is that black Atari's from behind. It's a very neat move, and the best white can do is to try to connect. But black can play this connect and die against white. So the best white can do is to save these stones and allow black to capture in number 13. Now black has 2 real eyes, and this is the correct sequence. If white plays something like this, then all black needs to do is to once again play this move, threatening to make an eye here, and this way, white will all be dead here on the inside. So black will be alive very easily. It would be something like this. Again, this is not a seki because black gets to capture here, and black will be able to capture white this way. And so that is why number 1 here will guarantee black survival. It takes quite a bit of calculation. It's not very easy. But I think one of the key patterns to remember is actually this. You have to remember that whenever you see this pattern, whenever you get to this pattern, you have to know that black is already dead. And if you're trying to live, of course, this is exactly the pattern that you should try to avoid. So I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next problem. Thank you for watching.